Hello again. So, this is unexpected. I didn't expect to make another rant video so early, but things have changed. And I have to do this because my heart couldn't take it. Why? Why do you people love Russia? Not you and my audience, because you guys actually have sense. I'm talking about the right wing. Why do you like Russia specifically? Is it because they hate the LGBT stuff? Is it because they say any low conservative stuff? Is it because they're imperialists? Like, what's so great about Russia that you forego all morality, all dignity to support basically a country that wants to bring the world back to the days of World War One, or to the state that what happened? So, because that's the thing. It's like, because this is the thing. It's like, I don't get it. The reason why I'm making this video, and you may be seeing from the screenshot, this guy, I used to watch him sometimes. He makes good points, it's there and there. Personally, I don't really care about each side, basically because of what happened in the war. But I understand the right, okay? I understand what they feel and stuff, but I understand that the left have some grievances that is understandable, but they just go too far a lot of the times, especially with like BLM and stuff like that, because BLM is awful. But the right has shown that they can just be as awful as the left in certain ways. But it's this war. You would think with a conflict like Russia and Ukraine that the right would support Ukraine, considering that Russia is bullying and attacking this country that wants nothing to do with them, that is a country that would give its civilians guns to defend themselves, and is a country that does have a lot of conservative people there, and not Nazis. I'm going to get into that later. But no, they either hate Ukraine outright because of reasons, and they just support Russia just because. The thing is, if this is simply just some politicians, like a couple here or there, it's bad, but it's understandable. But this is not that. Almost like every right-wing person just loves Putin for God knows why. All the time, I'm seeing these videos like, "Oh, Ukraine is evil this, Ukraine is evil that, Ukraine is stealing all our money." It's like, why are you doing this? What you're making false too. Let's get one thing straight from the outset of this: Ukraine doesn't get money. They don't. What they get is the value of what that money means. So when it says 60 billion, it doesn't mean 60 billion in money. They get 60 billion. You get 60 billion in military aid. Is that what it means? Is that what it means? When it says 60 billion, it don't mean 60 billion in money. They get 60 billion in military aid, in artillery shells, in vehicles, in equipment they need for the war. That's what it is. Straight up. Not money, not cash is given to Ukraine right now. Weapons. That's all Ukraine asks for. Not soldiers, not money, weapons. That's all there is. Okay? And the reason why I have to emphasize this is because the most pervasive thing about the right is that they keep on saying that Ukraine steals money, Zelensky is a semen stuff. And it's wrong every time. All the time they get this one fact wrong, even though even Twitter, this proves them wrong It just gets on my soul because these people should know better. And the reason why I'm very in disappointed in this guy in particular is because he says he's a Christian. He's a Christian who believes in God. He supports Israel. Yet Ukraine is somehow terrible because of the fact that it doesn't like Trump. There are some people saying that is a psyop, that the whole video is a psyop by Russia. But and you know that could be the case, He doesn't act like that. He just thinks that Ukrainians hate Trump for no good reason, so he should hate Ukraine in turn and hate Zelensky and let's say let them burn, let Russia win and destroy them. And that's so evil. That's You're actively asking for a destruction of an entire nation, all because they don't like one stupid orange man. And let me tell you, if this is not a sign that Ukrainians are doing this, let me tell you, man, Tatum, why the Ukrainians hate Trump? Is it because Trump is the reason they couldn't get aid for 7 months straight. For 7 months straight, Trump basically told the Republican Party to make sure that nothing can be done in the Congress for months. Ukraine couldn't get any aid for months, and they have lost territory because directly for the Republicans, the MAGAs that are under Trump. That is why. Not to mention all the comments Trump makes and how he says, "Oh, I can end the war in a day," even though that's retarded. When you could never do that. Not to mention his comments like, "Oh, I'll give Ukraine nothing," when talking to another dictator in Europe, Viktor Orban. Why shouldn't Ukraine hate not like this guy? This guy and Trump just sucks. I'm sorry. Well, he just sucks at geopolitics. And it's very clear from videos like this, Aristocratic Utensil and others, they do not understand a single thing about geopolitics whatsoever. They are so retarded in this sense. They basically want America to not even do anything at all in the world. They should just leave it to itself and everything will somehow be the same even though world history says otherwise. Even though that is the stupidest idea that anyone has since isolation is a thing. Isolation is a cancer, I swear. And the reason and it's like, why are you guys so isolationist? Isolationism is not why America is such a great country. It's the exact opposite. It was because America got into everyone's business that's why it's a big country. Here's the truth for you Republicans, for your right wing conservative Vatniks. America can't be a hermit nation. It can never be. If it was, it would just become a North Korea, a poor and impoverished nation. America became strong because it was a world's police, not because. You may not like it that there are world police or they are part of the world so much, but too bad. They're the only ones who could. Britain and France and Europe are far too weak to do it, especially Britain and France. They have lost their empires. They are far weaker than they ever have been in any century. And who is the alternative to America? China? Russia? You want to place the world on those hands, or you're just under the assumption that nothing's going to happen if America is not part of anything. It's the world we live in. Whether you like it or not, America is the only country that at least won't burn the world completely for imperialist sakes. Yes, America has made many mistakes, but here's the thing: if the Soviet Union had the abilities America had, it would have done worse. It would have had done worse in Africa. It would have done worse in Asia, and China would do the same thing as well. And seeing what Russia did in Ukraine with the atrocities and the indiscriminate fighting, indiscriminate bombings against civilians, do you really want to put the world's chance in that? And speaking of which some right fanatics would act like Putin doesn't want all of Ukraine, or he doesn't want to invade all of the rest of Europe. Do you want to give that up to chance to a dictator? When has it ever happened that a dictator, when given what he wants, will just say, "Okay, that's enough. I'll stop now"? When has that ever happened in history? Because unless that dictator was part of a very small country, that basically never happens. The dictator will always go for more. Always. Wait. The moment you don't stop them, they're gonna go for more. More people die, and America will eventually have to get involved. That would happen in World War One. That would happen in World War Two. Whether you like it or not, America is going to going to have become a part of a war if it can't stop it now. Giving weapons to Ukraine will help sure that the war will stop eventually. Eventually. This war is not gonna last 20 years, guys. This is not a guerrilla war, you idiots. I'm being facetious, but I have to call you idiots. You all guys that are like this war will last for 20 years. This is a conventional war, not a guerrilla war, not an insurgent war. This is a full-scale conflict, and full-scale conflicts don't last that many years. Russia doesn't want to fight this war right up to the 2050s. It does not. Not. That's why they're trying so hard to push anywhere in Ukraine and are failing miserably at it. At it most of the time. Ukraine does not want this war to go on forever. It wants it to end. They don't like Russia. They don't care for Russia. They are not Russians, no matter what Russian propaganda tries to say. And Russian propaganda is hypocritical, considering Ukrainians as lesser beings all the time. And I hate this from the right wing, even though they should know this. All of what Russia wants is on YouTube. There are hundreds of videos of Russian propagandas of the propaganda shows on YouTube translated. They are on YouTube. You could watch that right now. Just write Russian propaganda channels on Ukraine, and boom, they'll tell you exactly what they want. But you don't, because this is not the reason why you don't like Ukraine. The main reason you don't like Ukraine is basically because Ukraine is supported by the Democrats, or specifically, it's being supported by President Biden. And because it's supported by the left and not left, because they're in charge right now, you just hate it. Not because it done anything towards you, not because Ukraine is an evil country, but because it's supported by Biden. And the reason you cling to Russia is basically because Russia feigns that it loves conservatism, it loves conservative, that it's right wing and it's correct right wing, even though it's a dictatorship and it's far worse in censorship and jailing people and gives their people little to no rights in comparison to America. But nah, because they're right wing, that's cool, right? Because they're white, they're cool, right? I see you people. I see you comments. Your comments are full of Russian bots. Actually, because every time I go to your comments, every time I click on a channel of in those comments, they are always a bot. Please, I just don't like this. You should be better than this, guys. You should be better than this. Russia is not your friend. It will never will be. Russia does not like America. It never did. Russia was never a peaceful country. It was a country that was poked into war. It was not a country that felt like it needed to invade its neighbors. What it was is an imperialist country. It attacked its neighbors even after it collapsed in the Soviet Union. It attacked Chechnya, it attacked Georgia, it started insurgency in Ukraine, it started insurgency in Transnistria, it started insurgency in Georgia and then invaded it. It's not peaceful. And it's funny. You act like America somehow it was evil towards that it didn't give Russia anything. But they did. They gave them trade routes. They gave them everything they wanted. They did nothing when Russia did all those acts. But the invasion has basically was a step too far, and they're finally rectifying that mistake. Guys, can we stop this? The culture war is not part of the Ukraine war. Those are separate freaking issues. Ukraine is not a country of Nazis. It never was. It's not a country of right-wing extremists. It never was. The Azovs don't even exist in the same way they did in 2014. It was a militia group that got destroyed in the Mariupol of 2022. And even their members are not right-wing extremists like the KKK. There are people who hate Russia and consider what Russia has done. Why shouldn't they not? Guys, this gotta stop. This whole hating Ukraine for the sake of it because Russia, because Trump. You should be better than this. You are becoming the very things you accuse the left of being. You are becoming drones for Russian propaganda. You're becoming drones. You're not thinking straight. You're not looking at all the facts like you accuse the Democrats of doing. You're not doing any of that. And most of all, you Christians are hypocrites. You are false Christians. And you know why I say this? Tatum, you say that Ukraine oppresses the Christianity. It doesn't. You know what? It has a high population of Christians. Christians. What actually happened was that the Russian Orthodox Church that was in Ukraine was shown to be a fifth columnist. Fifth columnist, aka were actually working with the Russian government. Its members were found out to be part of the FSB. They found weapons, radios in the churches of the Orthodox. That was what happened. They're not oppressing Christians. If anything, Russia does. Hundreds of Ukrainian churches have been blown up and attacked by Russia. There is a report, there is a story of a Ukrainian priest and priest being shot and killed by Russian soldiers. By soldiers. And you dare say that you believe in Christianity, even though Russia do all this, and you support Russia? You're not Christian if you do this. You don't believe in God if you believe that what Russia's atrocious acts is that. Oh, and if I don't know, NATO encroachment, that's retarded. Never was a thing. Russia made sure that its neighbors wanted to go to NATO because it kept on being imperialist, and Gorbachev himself admitted that there never was an agreement on that. Never was. If that was such an important thing, you would have thought there would have been an agreement, a deal, a written paper, but no. Yeah, I'm just done. Just disappointed. Yeah, I'm just disappointed. I may not be American, but you guys disappoint me. You guys should be better, but you just let the left win against you in this case, and you're all under the assumption that Trump's gonna win. What happens if he doesn't? Then what then? You just did all this hullabaloo for nothing. Well, see you guys later. See ya.